Have you ever felt like you were a victim of ageism? Being a recruiter myself, career success coach, I've seen this happen too many times where job seekers like yourself are getting overlooked because of your age. And it's not right, yet it does occur. And I doubt it will ever be eliminated. Now, in this video, I'm going to give you some words to look out for where it will provide confidence of whether you are that victim of ageism or whether you can overcome it in the hiring process. When you're interviewing, how you articulate your experience. Although we don't want to play this game that we are not as old or not as young, because ageism could go both ways. It could be affecting old job seekers like yourself, where they are just looking at you as, hey, you're at the end of your career, you're no longer motivated. We don't want to hire someone like that. And then on the younger side, oh, this person doesn't have enough experience. They don't know what the hell they are doing. That can also occur. But in this video, we're going to focus a lot on the older job seekers, just because it's a huge breakdown that I'm going to provide. And let's quickly define ageism. According to the World Health Organization, ageism refers to the stereotypes, how we think, prejudice, how we feel, and discrimination, how we act towards others or oneself based on age. I'm also going to bring another expert recruiter to give you another perspective on what he's seen in the job market. He has 20 plus years of experience. He could definitely bring a great perspective so you can understand also what is happening. Let's talk through how to spot ageism. There are code words that HR or hiring managers could use in the process. And that could refer to words such as highly qualified, overqualified. Definitely, that's a big one. If you hear feedback such as, we can't move forward because you're overqualified, you have too much experience. Well, that is a form of ageism. If you have the right skill set, how can you be overqualified? It doesn't logically make sense, but that is the word that's used. I'm Rita, Baroody, career success coach, top performing recruiter, and former hiring director. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe and tell me how you feel in the comments. Would love to hear from you. And just a quick story. My mom, who had not worked for about 5 years, went on an interview, did great, but the feedback was, you are overqualified. I had to break the news to my mom that she is a victim of ageism. She's in her late 50s. They don't want to hire an old job seeker like her. They'd rather hire someone younger that has maybe another 20 years they want to work. They don't want someone that's old. I'm so sorry to let you know that. And she was shocked that this is happening. But again, overqualified is an excuse for ageism. No matter how you spin it, it should be different feedback that you receive to help you in your job search rather than just a generic overqualified. It's unfortunate, but that is what happens. Some other code words that are used can include high energy, fresh perspective, early career. Our environment doesn't provide enough growth for older job seekers. We cap out at this level in this company. So there's no room for you to grow, although there's always room. Some are even more direct. Hey, we just want to see young candidates. We don't want to see older people. We don't like older candidates. That is how blunt sometimes it is. Those are only a few of the code words used when you are a victim of ageism. Yet there are many others. Honestly, it could just be, we're moving on to another candidate. They don't provide anything. They don't say anything. But I get that gut feeling. This is about age. This is about they're too old or too young. It's unfortunate. If you're tired of getting rejected by employers and ready to land your next great opportunity faster, I've put together a free guide that walks you through the exact steps you need to take to land that job faster for you to be identified as that best candidate. Comment guide, and I will send you a direct link to grab it. Let me tell you another story though, and this is a disheartening one. I was helping a professional, let's call her Emily, who had about 20 plus years of experience. All of her interview interactions with leaders in this hiring company went amazing. They loved her. They loved her personality. Technical skill set aligned, personality, motivation level, everything aligned. Usually, an offer follows after this direct alignment. I even got feedback that they said they are moving forward with an offer. So excited. I tell my candidate, you will receive an offer. You should expect it within 3 business days. I have her so excited. And then I receive a call. We might not be able to move forward. I was shocked. What happened? Everything went great. There's alignment. She did amazing. Everyone loved her. Well, the offer had to get approved by the highest level leader, the founder of the organization, the CEO. And unfortunately, when the resume got to the CEO, this person was slightly age sensitive and did not feel confident that this person had the ability to be successful in this role. And maybe they preferred someone younger. That is really, really unfortunate. Things could go so well, and then all of a sudden, the tone at the top, you now become a victim because of their belief that the young person can do a better job or would stay longer. This happens a lot. It is unfortunate. We can't change everyone in the job search process. We cannot change everyone, but I want to give you some tips, some tools that you can use to combat ageism and to minimize the risk of you being affected by ageism. Let's talk about how to combat ageism. And let's start with your positioning. On your resume, make sure that you avoid using graduation years on your resume to minimize the likelihood that you will be a victim of ageism. That is a really, really big one. Another one is don't have all of your experience on your resume. If you have 20 plus years of experience, be selective with which roles that you put on the resume. Eliminate those that were early on in your career. They can always be brought up in the interview process, but is it really that important to include the first job that you held in your career? No. And it's not a requirement either. Your resume does not have to have everything. So let's minimize what's on there to help combat ageism. Now, during the actual interview process, how you articulate your experience, your tone in the interview process could definitely help minimize ageism as well. And what can you do to minimize ageism? You can go in with confidence, yet have a balance of confidence and humility, where you're not coming in with such a big ego. Because again, you're an expert in what you do, so why shouldn't you have an ego? But we have to play the part in the interview process. We have to have that balance of confidence and humility to minimize ageism and to minimize them thinking that you are a know-it-all, because that's what they might think at times. Oh, this person is going to just take my job. They know everything. They're gonna make me look dumb, especially when you have a younger hiring manager. This hiring manager might be jealous of your experience. They might look at you like, oh my gosh, if I hire this person, I'm out of a job. So let's play the part, come in with that confidence, but come in with humility and not an ego. Another way you can combat ageism in the interview process, the questions that you ask can hold a lot of weight and can minimize the ageism that you are affected by. And what questions am I referring to? One great question that I have professionals in my job search optimization program ask during the interview process, if they're slightly, older in their experience or younger, I tell them to ask, is there anything in my background that would get in the way of you extending an offer? I might even recommend, depending on the situation, I might recommend the job seeker in my job search optimization program to ask if they feel that my 30 plus years of experience can get in the way of their culture or the younger workers there. How do they feel about hiring someone who is slightly older or slightly younger? That direct question sometimes can open things up. They might say, hey, we've experienced this in the past. They might open up, and then that might help you understand whether you are being a victim of ageism. They might sometimes slip up and say a little bit too much, and you caught them off guard by directly asking if your age is getting in the way. And guess what? We want to be direct. We want to be direct, but also, again, have that confidence, the balance of confidence and humility in the process so we can have a successful outcome when we are asking this question. Maybe in the future, in society, we'll have more employment laws that protect us from ageism. Again, whether you're a younger job seeker, older job seeker, this can really, really help society. If there were more laws and regulations specific to age in the hiring process. Until then, let's talk through more examples and let me provide another perspective. I want you to hear another perspective from a recruiter who has 20 plus years of experience. He's seen quite a bit over this time. There has been a cultural shift the past 20 plus years, and I want you to hear from someone else. So let's talk to him. Hi, Justin. Thanks for making it today. Justin has 20 plus years of experience in sales and business development, as well as accounting and finance. He's assisted anyone from less experience up to 30 plus years of experience. He's seen quite a bit the past 20 plus years. Thanks again, Justin, for being here. Wanted to ask you a question so the viewers here can really understand what's happening when they experience ageism. Why might younger hiring managers feel threatened by older candidates? And how does this affect the whole hiring process?
Some younger managers are looking to build their own team, maybe with a younger culture, where they can build their own, say, a sales team or own accounting and finance team. Rather than someone that may be having 20 to 30 years of experience, they're thinking maybe set in their ways that may not follow their guidance.
How often have you seen this happen through your 20 plus years of experience?
I would say a good 50 to 60% of the time.
So 50 to 60% of the time you see some type of ageism happen in the hiring process.
Yeah, there's really good qualified, say, sales candidates where 25 to 30 years of experience, a younger manager may take someone that has 5 or 4 or 3, just so they could build their culture.
Yes. Okay, great. And are older professionals unfairly labeled as overqualified? When
Yes.
their extensive experience could actually be a strategic asset for the company. And can you give an example of that?
Yes, we were working with a senior sales executive for one of the clients we were working with. He had 25 years of experience, and they decided not to move forward with him because they had a younger candidate, a few years of experience, less success, and they thought that this candidate could grow with the company, and that candidate lasted 2 months, 3 months with the organization, rather than someone that was really going to take this opportunity and run with it.
So that younger professional that was hired over the older job seeker lasted how long?
2-3 months.
And that's exactly what could happen. Although you get overlooked because you're an older job seeker, that younger job seeker that got hired, they might not perform. And then it negatively impacts the hiring company. And it negatively impacts the bottom line. They don't think through that, unfortunately. Thank you for that example, Justin. Another question, are there instances where hiring decisions based on age have led to measurable negative outcomes for the company? So where hiring manager decided, hey, we're gonna hire this young professional and something really bad happened in the organization. Do you have any examples of that?
I see that a lot on the sales side. Where they hire young, and a lot of these candidates are but there's some candidates that aren't ready to be in the field as a sales executive. Maybe they're not mature enough to be working remotely in the field, and it does hurt their bottom line. They did all the training, they did through the products, and then when they hit the market, they're not ready to perform selling the product or services.
So that younger job seeker, and this doesn't go for everyone, they just don't have the professional maturity. So if a hiring company comes in and hires someone that has more experience and more success, they're guaranteed professional maturity. Again, this doesn't apply to everyone, but we're just giving some examples so you can further understand what we see on the recruitment side that might not always hear. I hope this really helps you. Thanks for staying till the end. Watch my next video on the real reason why ageism exists and why it could be so hard to find the job right now.